Hi, I'm Becky. I'm a physio, a triathlete and a personal trainer. I'm doing a little bit of work with MirrorFit at the moment, and today we're going to work through a lower limb exercise circuit. So as a private physio, I see a lot of people with niggles and injuries that could usually have been prevented by a little bit of strength and conditioning work. Hopefully this circuit of just a few exercises with fairly minimal equipment will help you keep you running, keep you cycling, and it could really help with your weightlifting as well. I'm a big believer in if you get the basics right, then the rest will follow. Okay, so the first exercise is a really simple exercise. It's a single leg squat. So stand up really tall, nice core activation. If you need to tilt your pelvis, do so. Tilt that pelvis under so your core switches on effectively and gets active. From that nice standing position, all you want to do is put your weight through one foot, pick your other foot up in front of you and then squat down just a few inches. It doesn't need to be a pistol squat. There's nothing that you're going to bring out on the dance floor here. Just a nice glute activation exercise. All you need to think about is dropping down a couple of inches so that you've still got your hips, knee and ankle all aligned and that your knee isn't falling into the center so that it's all aligned all the way through the single leg squat. For this, do about 10 reps, but you've got to remember it's really good quality rather than the quantity of repetitions that you're doing. So for the second exercise, it's a goblet squat. So you've got a weight with this one. You can either have a medicine ball or a kettlebell. Hold that nice and close to your chest, just straight in front of you. And then from there, you want to think about your foot position. So you've got your feet about hip width apart. If you want to, you can turn your feet out to the side, about 10 to 2 position, as if it were a clock face. And then from there, as you squat down, you want your weight to go backwards. So think about sitting down on a toilet or sitting down on a chair behind you, weight going down through your heels. Drop down, about 10 inches or so, depending on your flexibility. Keep your knees over your toes. From that position at the bottom, push nice and slowly back up to the top of the squat. If you want to make it a bit harder for yourself, you can hold that weight, that medicine ball or the kettlebell out in front of you just at arm's length. And so try about 20 reps of that goblet squat. So for the next version of your squat, you've got a rear foot elevated split squat. As the name suggests, you've got your foot behind you on, a step or whatever you've got at home. So you've got your foot, one foot, just the toes are rested on that step behind you. Your other leg is forwards and you look a little bit like you're in a lunge position. You can hold a weight for this as well. So if you've got a barbell, use a barbell over your shoulders, like a back squat, or you can just hold a medicine ball or a kettlebell in front of your chest. Squat down so that your knees come down to about 90 degrees angle and then straight back up to standing. Do 10 reps on each leg and then have a standing rest in between each one. Okay, so the next exercise is your calf raises. Really simple exercise, but really improves that ankle stability, which will really help the other muscles in your legs, so stops any overcompensations higher up that chain that you've got. So just standing, holding dumbbells in your hand, we'll do a single leg calf raise, so just going from flat foot up onto your toes and back down again. Try doing 20 reps of that on each leg. So the next one, we've got lunges with a twist over that front leg. You can use a medicine ball for this one. So from standing, just step forward, lunge down, holding that medicine ball, twist over that front leg, come back to center and then stand up again. Try and do 10 reps on each side. And the quicker you do them, you can introduce that plyometric kind of training as well into this. Okay, next one, you've got a wood chopper lunge. So again, you can do this with a medicine ball. I've sometimes done it with just a plate, an exercise plate. And as you lunge forwards, bring the weight across your body and over to the opposite hip. As you stand back up again, out of the lunge, bring the weight back to where it started. Keep that core really tight all the way through and make sure you've got a really good position for that front foot as you go down. You want to keep that nice and stable. Don't lose your balance as you go down. Try 10 reps on each leg for this. So the next one, we call it an arabesque. It's really good for hamstring stability, hamstring strength, and you can start off without a weight if you feel like you want to just have a go, and then introduce a weight such as a kettlebell or a medicine ball, and hold that weight just close to your body, just in front of your chest. So you stand up nice and tall, bring your weight onto one leg, and then lean your body forwards and your leg out behind you. Then as you stand up again, bring that leg through, and rather than coming straight into standing, bring that leg up in front of you, hold for another couple of seconds, and then back down to standing. So that's a really good one for working your balance, holding on that hamstring, but also working that glute because you're in that single leg sort of stance. Again, for this, it's really, really good to have good quality reps. So 5 to 8 reps is all you need to do, then have a breather and move on to the other leg. So the next one, you've got your really, really helpful, really useful plyometric squat jump. So for this, you'll be using your plyo box, stand next to it, a couple of inches away, and all you've got to do is squat down, jump up, get both those feet flat onto that plyo box. Hold that core stability all the way through. Make sure you're in control of where your feet are going, and try not to fall off the box at the top. You can try this at loads of different heights. Start off on a low height, build up the height as you go through the repetitions if you want to, or as you get a bit better, you'll know what height is good for you. Try and do 5 to 10 reps of these really good quality squat jumps, up onto the plyo box, stop dead still, and then step back off it before going into the next rep. Okay, so the final one is a really good one just for glute and hip activation. So stand on the top of a step or your plyo box. You've got one foot off the side of the box or the step and one foot on. Now you've got to remember that you're working the standing leg here. The foot that hangs off the side of the step is really just a counterweight. All you want to do is bend your knee on that standing leg so that your foot drops off the side of the step slightly, and then straighten that standing leg so that your foot comes back up in line with the other foot. That glute gets a really good workout, and you get a little bit of balance work from this one too. So trying to do something between 10-15 reps on each leg, really, really good one just for getting that glute and core stability. Okay, so really hope you enjoyed those few exercises. That's a really good little circuit as a bit of a starter before going out for a run, or even just before going into the gym. You could also just use those 9 exercises as a circuit, have a breather in between that whole circuit, and then go through that circuit 2, maybe 3 times. Overall, it's really, really good little prehab exercises there. So really hope you enjoyed that. If you did like it, please leave us a comment, subscribe over to us, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.